Okay, we're on.
All right, awesome.
Okay, well, we're still trying to figure some of this stuff out. See how we got in here. It's a critical tier.
Great,
Gonzo's here.
great here.
Let's close the door.
Right. Well, welcome to Dungeon Class Live. If you're watching this with us, or if you're watching it on the replay, we have lots to talk about. A lot has happened since last time we live streamed.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, so before we get started, I thought I might do this here. Just to make it official and stuff. All right, got our bumper.
All
All right, so we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about, where do we want to start? You want to start with UA? You want to talk about book? We want to talk about kind of big news for our channel? We want to start, Gonzo.
Well, first thing is, I want to say, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I know I haven't seen you in so long.
I know it has been a little while.
Yeah, I like that shirt. Where'd you get that?
Oh, on our website, Dungeon Class.
Oh,
On
oh, really?
yeah,
I like the one that's going to be in the description.
yeah,
The link that's in the
yeah. Plus,
shameless plug.
plus that we just rolled out. We have a lot of news
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
500 followers. Yeah. So we welcome everyone that's here. And I guess first thing first is let's talk about our, 500 subs on YouTube, which is a tiny amount compared to a lot of channels, but it's a big amount for you and I.
Yeah, it's a big deal for us. Our goal, we have our first big goal is 1,000 subscribers, and really, as I explained in some of the social media things, the reason 1,000 subscribers isn't just about being monetized, all that, but it's actually YouTube. Actually, they pretty much unlock some tools you could use to grow bigger at 1,000 subscribers. So that's kind of what we have in mind as far as getting to that point, because we've got some big plans to grow this channel, big things like Discord and things like that down the road. But in order to have something like Discord, you kind of need to have some people to go into Discord. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And YouTube does do a pretty good job right now of squashing little
yeah,
channels, and they want you to be legit before they're even think about you. So
right.
that's the main goal towards the 1,000 subs. It really isn't has nothing to do with monetizing because there's very little money when you're only at 1,000 subs. It's not that has nothing to do with it. But being able, like you said, to promote the channel better,
Right.
YouTube that a little bit better, then that helps because the whole point for you and I, like we talked about before, is to connect with more people.
Yeah.
That love this great role playing game and all the facets about it. So
Yeah, I love the conversations we're having with people, and that's the part I just hadn't really grasped. But when you have conversations like I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking D&D with their daughter. It was like the daughter didn't know much about it, and in fact, if
yeah,
someone was watching our channel and they're like, "Hey, is that D&D?" The dad walks through and sees it, and then next thing you know, it sparks a conversation between a dad and his daughter. I mean, that's what this is all. That's payday for me. I'm like, this is why we do what we do. So we're really glad to hear stories like that. What's that?
Dungeon Class, bringing people together.
Oh yeah, that should be like a Hallmark commercial or something. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
So
We'll edit a rainbow in there later.
yeah,
Oh yeah, no problem. All right,
um,
so that's good stuff. We're excited.
yeah, that happened. New logo.
Yeah.
I show that right. Um,
I can't show it on. Well, hold on. Well, I could try something really fast. I could try to
good.
bring it up on my.
If not, we'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
we got a logo which we worked really hard on, and I say we meaning you because you're the tech guy. But um, I just say yes or no. But
Yeah.
I I really like it because this logo we're not. We love this because this is always going to be our beginnings, and but it is set to promote with a big YouTube thing on there, and I think we felt we would have almost a fluid kind of logo throughout the years where we would evolve and do different things with it just to have fun. maybe throw holiday themes and stuff like that. So, but this.
Yeah, yeah. So this is good stuff. I think I almost have it here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, maybe coming up here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it'll be back. I just wasn't sure it was showing. Yeah, still trying to figure this. Good. This is the first time we're trying screen capture, so we'll see. All right, there we go. Yeah, yeah. I put it up in my classroom today on my big screen, and the kids are like, "Whoa, dude, that looks like Karate Kid." I'm like, "All right then." Yeah, yeah. Right. Yes. Yeah. Teespring. It's down. It'll be. Yeah. It's in the. It's in. Hold on. Let's put it back on. It is in the description, so it's going to be in there. So, no problem. Yes, we got it.
Okay, cool. So
Yep.
grab your Dungeon Class T-shirt. You can either do the YouTube one or you can do the '80s style. These won't be around forever because we are going to continually evolve and try to keep these limited in some way. But grab yourselves, or if it's cold where you're at, we're in Florida, but if it's cold where you're at, then grab a hoodie.
Yeah.
Know that my wife and kids love the hoodies. They say it's one of the softest things they've ever had. So I don't know what it is about it, but it's really soft. I know you got me one for Christmas, and it went right to the hands of my family. So I still don't have one, but
Right.
so that's cool. So get yourself a Dungeon Class shirt if you're interested.
Yeah.
Uh, we welcome everybody. So D&D news. A lot's happened in the last couple of weeks. Um, and I think Rivers, good to see you, bro. Uh, I think that we wanted to talk about quite a bit, but there's been like 3 UAs or unearthed arcanas dropped in the last few weeks with new subclasses. There's been another book announcement
Right.
before we the book that's coming out this month, which is Waldemount.
Hmm.
Before that's even come out, they've already announced the one that comes out. I believe it's in June. I'm not real keen on the date, but I thought it was June.
Yeah. June 2nd is what Amazon's saying.
Do you know the man? I'm testing your skills here, but you happen to remember the title? I don't have it in front of me, but
I do. It was Hero Mystic. Wait a minute.
yeah,
Magic Odyssey of Theros, if I remember right.
that's it.
Yeah.
So, what do we know about the book, Mark?
Well, what we know is it's a there's not a lot. I actually can tell you what it said. It had a few. First of all, it comes from Magic the Gathering, which the card game, which is kind of interesting how they're blending together properties. And those of you who know, yeah, yeah, right, yeah.
As in Hasbro knows what they're doing.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and I guess maybe it'll transition more Magic players. Maybe you'll feel more comfortable playing Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe D&D people will go, "Oh, the Magic the Gathering stuff looks kind of interesting."
Right.
Although I don't know if that's going to happen per se. I played Magic off and on, and it's a great card game. I love it. Honestly, the lore didn't do anything for me per se. But this, some people are into lore. I wasn't. I was like, okay, I can play just fine not knowing all the lore. But
Yeah.
this one it has to do with gods and such. It has a few
Yeah.
character classes they add to it. Some monsters I noticed they added to it. And it looks interesting. I mean, it's a campaign setting.
It's another main setting. So we've had 3 or 4 in a row. We've had Eberron and Ravnica.
Right. And
And
Avernus before that, right?
yeah, but that's in Forgotten Realms.
Well, you're right. You're right.
I'm saying outside of the Forgotten Realms. So we've had Ravnica, which
Avron,
is the Magic Gathering, campaign setting, Wildemount,
right?
Critical Roles campaign setting, and now another Magic the Gathering in this upcoming June release. So I've seen, as usual, just like with Wildermount, I've seen very much the same conversations being had. Some people complaining about what they're not getting,
Right.
then those that are excited for it, and then the general, I'd say the largest population saying, "Look, it's all good. Just take what you and I feel is just take what you want out of it and use what you want and don't use the rest, or you don't have to get it." So
And that's a good point. Honestly, this is something that kind of I don't know. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. It's like
yeah,
sometimes you look at something and it's like you come out and you go, "Hey, I don't like that." It's like, but don't buy it. Everything that comes that Wizards of the Coast puts out doesn't mean that it's for you necessarily. It's really to get as many people to play, which is what we really want.
right.
And just because something doesn't appeal to you, then that all right. Just look forward to the next thing. You can't make everybody happy. Everything coming out is not going to be your cup of tea.
Oh,
You know.
yeah.
And I looked at like you and I are like Ravnica. Okay, we may or may not go down that route. I don't know. Eberron, I don't know. That sounds like a whole new thing we got to learn per se. We might go there, we might not. But what I'm excited about is it gives options for DMs.
Ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
and I would just maybe cherry pick some of that stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about too. And I would say most of the comments I saw, you had the "Where's this? Where's that?" and then you had the "Oh, we're so excited," and then I would say the bulk was like, "Oh, okay, I'll use some of it. I'm not too
Right.
worried about it not being exactly what I wanted right now."
Right.
I have a feeling that if they released some of the older ones like Dark Sun or Planescape or Spelljammer, that there would still be complaints.
Right.
You know, people would still be like, "Well, yeah, they gave me Dark Sun, but where's my Spelljammer?" Like,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't want Dragonlance. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And that's
So
at the end of the day, like I said, more content's good, more players is good. Everything, that old saying, what it floats all boats basically. If
yeah,
we brings over more Magic players, if it brings people that look at it and they go, that sounds interesting, I want to play that. It's great. As long as this company does well, which it has been, and they seem to be firing on all cylinders. The Wild Mount thing, I was like, I like Critical Role. Don't know if I'd play that, but it went over very well. Wild Mount seems to be very successful.
yeah. They were number one in pre-orders for quite a
Yeah.
while with that. So they definitely sold quite a few copies already before it's even out. So
Well,
I think they'll.
yeah, and there's no shortage of Magic players. Magic's doing well, isn't it? I mean, everything I've at our local store
Yeah,
here, I know they have a Magic night and they're pretty packed, and it brings in people. So you know,
yeah, yeah. There's enough cross promotion. They might as well do a couple things to try to bring them into D&D and maybe D&D players into Magic. Either way, it floats the same company.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So we're
Get
we're
it?
fans of that. What's that?
No, I said I get it. I understand what they're doing.
All right.
So, I know you and I are wanting, we're wanting some of the older stuff to be done in fifth edition, but we play our own game anyway, and that's where I lean at is that despite all of the things we wish we'd get from fifth edition, the way I DM, you DM, and most of the people I watch, they kind of homebrew everything anyway.
Yeah,
They kind of okay. I'll use this Curse of Strahd style scenario with monsters and overarching bad guy like a Dracula figure and the mist that keeps you in this. But I'm going to make it my whole thing. Like everyone tries to, because everyone's so creative,
right,
they don't stuck to even a book as wild and as big as these books
right.
are. It's kind of boxes you in. So I think Wizards know that, and so they present these campaign settings in that with that in mind. Like, hey, take what you want out of here. If you like the factions that you found in Ravnica, or if you like the subclass we're giving you in this new book, or whatever it may be, take it and use it.
Right. I pulled up. So here's the list of stuff that you get. It kind of reminds me of an expansion, like a video game almost, because you get
Yeah,
two new races. You have some, as Critical said, some subclasses, two new subclasses. Yeah, there are mythic monsters that adds to it. There's some supernatural gifts and abilities that they're adding. Some weapons, some I guess five signature artifacts. It totally reminds me this is the kind of thing I remember seeing, like an expansion for World of Warcraft. They would give you two new, one or two playable races, maybe a new class or something. So it really kind of fits that formula. So it makes sense. It does bring something to you, adds to the game, adds choices, things you may or may not want to add to your game. So yeah, I mean, there's some good content there, and I think for what, 35, $50, to add some stuff.
Generally on 49, but if you Amazon it, it'll be cheaper, and if you wait a little while, usually your game stores will discount it too. So, um, you know, between 35 to $50 or so, but
Right.
they're releasing 3 to 4 books a year.
Yeah.
So again, it's still a pretty affordable hobby compared to a lot of hobbies.
Well, and I don't know about you, but have you heard people complaining saying, "Man, I've completely run out of subject matter. Come on, come on, Wizards,
Yeah,
release some stuff. I don't have any more I need more content." It's like they're giving you stuff before you even ask for it.
right,
Which
right,
that's great. That's really good.
right. I have heard some complaints with the AL groups, the Adventures League.
Oh,
I guess I don't understand all of that. The Ravnica and this one won't have like companion adventures for Adventures League. So
oh,
they the last one they got was the
yes.
Avernus, Descent into Avernus, um, but they're waiting for the next Adventures League compatible set of modules, adventures, whatever. So I did hear that. I did see that complaint online quite a bit too.
Well,
So,
yeah. Is
yeah,
doesn't that kind of? I was thinking they could use Eberron, but I don't know.
yeah, they. I don't think so. I think they kept it in the Faerun
Which
stuff.
is what Adventures League's been for a long time. So even if they did say, "Oh, we're just going to go into Eberron," you can imagine the uprising there. Like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of the players that only play Adventures League because at the gaming stores and stuff, and that's what they're playing. They can't use a lot of that means they can't use all the new cool things that these other settings are giving
Right.
them. What races, the new subclasses, the Loxodons or whatever. If it's not thrown into Faerun, they're not able to use it.
Hmm.
So, and if you guys in the chat know more about Adventures League, because Mark and I we don't play
Mm-mm.
that, but let us know if that is the case. But that's what I understand about it because I've seen that complaint a couple times already.
Yeah, and I don't know how you fix that. I mean, if you had
Well,
another Forgotten Realms setting, people go, "Oh, great, another Forgotten Realm." So you make the Adventures League
that's
people happy, but it's like, yeah, but I wanted Spelljammer. I wanted, I wanted Dark Side, and boy, yeah, that'd be an outcry on the other side. Wow, that's an interesting predicament there.
yeah, yeah, very
Hmm.
interesting. So at that, we dropped a video on Monday,
Yeah.
which we had fun filming. It was a tougher one, and it's not a really. I wouldn't say it's a really broad topic because it may not concern everyone that is searching on the internet for D&D material to look at. But we thought for whatever reason, we've had a lot of response in our Facebook page with the question about how to use Dro or Drow in your campaign. How do you use them? Like, are they evil? Are they not? Is their race inherently using them as bad guys all the time? Well, if that's the case, what if you have player characters that are that race in are they the outlier or are they normally like that? And man, have we seen, thousands of
Yeah.
comments on how they're being used. And it's different, which is what I
Right.
love. No matter what someone says, it's going to be different than the next guy. I remember one guy said, in mine, they've all kind of acclimated to society above
Yeah.
ground and how it's done, and they don't. They're not always trying to take over. Yet there's this one group that he keeps that stays underground and is really into law, and they're the extremist within the
Right.
race or whatever. So they are still some bad guy Dro and Driders and all that. But I liked his comment. I was like, yeah, that's pretty neat. That way his players can because I think he said he had like 2 different people in the campaign that wanted to be that Dark
Mhm.
Elves. Uh, he was like, well, gosh, originally he was like, that's going to make it you have one in your party, maybe you can get away with two. It looks like a coup is happening, a takeover of
Yeah.
some kind. So, but yeah, anyway, that was
Yeah, I
neat.
like that because the idea of advancing the story of the Drow, I like that idea. Rather than, oh, they're still in the Underdark. They're still doing their thing. The idea that they could come to the surface and acclimate and be part of society. I heard some really really interesting ideas that people are using Drow. Boy, are there some fiercely intense feelings toward Drow. I mean, it's like you're like, oh, yeah, they should always be allowed in my. You have to have them in your game, and other people are like, oh no, I don't want those foul, evil creatures. And
I don't let players play as Drow in my game. I
yeah,
don't. I don't even. I've used them at the very end of modules or at adventures as the background manipulators of all the encounters and stuff. They really like respect the evil in them, and they want them to be. They don't want player characters running around as dark elves all over the place, and as druids and bards and
right,
whatever.
right.
So
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I was amazed that there was. I didn't realize how polarizing the Drow
yeah,
are. But they have some very strong feelings. I mean, I guess that goes all the way back to the very beginning, as we talked about in the video. Yeah, they've been perceived and they've been portrayed as evil races, but I like the idea that it's not about race, it's how they're raised. You separate them from where they're raised, then who knows what, they could be
yeah.
anything, I like that idea, but the Underdark's far. It's down deep under there, so to get, the story of how you got out of there is a challenge, but
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, I know that when we did our videos creating characters using, filling out a character sheet and stuff, we kind of rolled for it to see what it would be. We ended up with a dark elf, a female
sure.
dark elf who was a bard, and then we quickly had to decide how could we make our dark elf be a bard who's generally in front of people. Their charismas are
Right.
high. They're generally in front of people all the time, which would be opposite of what you would think they would be. But we came up with a pretty good idea where we thought that was good. So um, yes, they do make great NPCs. Rivers. By the way, if anyone's watching again on the replay, or if you're in the chat now, just check out Rivers RPG. He's been opening some sweet figures
Yeah.
lately. You see his haul. I don't know if you watched it. He got a
Yes, that
nightmare,
was killer.
and that was awesome. I was like, dude, I want that.
Yeah.
And yeah, flames on it. The black horse with the flames coming out of it, and then the rider that you could put on
Yeah, I didn't
there,
know they
and
had that where you could interchange them like that. I'm like, oh, action figures.
yeah, 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 exactly. But yeah, he had a good haul,
Do any
and
of the figures have the kung fu grip? I was,
yeah, maybe. And Overboard DM, he does a lot of stuff with figures
right.
too, and check these guys out. They're on YouTube as well. So
Yeah, they do good stuff. That's the stuff that we're really not knowledgeable on as far as figures go. We paint. We tried our hand at painting some of the figures and all, but I gotta say that open them up already painted. I don't know. It's kind of tempting right there.
yeah, I think with the time involved in
Yeah,
painting, because I have a lot I still have to paint. I get it. I enjoy
right.
painting them. It's like relaxing, especially if you blast your music and you're just chilling out, or you can do it with your family or your friends, whatever. But it does. I have a lot more gray ones than I do painted ones right
I
now.
know. I know. Yeah.
Waiting to be painted.
Gray's okay
So
too. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, yeah. I same here. Same here. I enjoy painting. I enjoy trying to paint my figures. Yeah, I don't do it. I mean,
yeah,
that's a skill. Like I thought, oh, I'm pretty artistic. I can do this. And like, man, it's like
yeah,
those things are tiny. Like I'm putting my cheater glasses on. I still can't quite see it. So yeah, it's I have newfound respect for people that paint those. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I'm like, oh, it looks pretty easy, but man,
yeah. Those guys at Warhammer, 40K Warhammer, they're legit hardcore, and they do so good.
yeah.
Like I can't believe the skill that these people have
Yeah,
painting
they're
figures.
airbrushing and stuff and doing layers, and I'm like, what?
Aw- It is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
awesome. So, and then you look at when you go to conventions and you look at the people selling painted
Hmm.
figures. Because I have painted figures now, and my daughter paints them for us. I mean, our big ones that we put in our studio set. Allie paints those for us, and my wife paints a couple of them, and we know the amount of time and effort that goes behind it. So when I see a price tag on these painted figures, I don't even blink. I mean, it's expensive. I saw a guy. I was at MegaCon in Orlando last
Mm-hmm.
year, and he had a table of painted figures, and that's all he was selling. And he only had about 100, but he had some that were like $200 to $300 a
Oh man.
piece. They were. It would be like that nightmare that Rivers
Yeah.
pulled. Like that. It was pretty big. It was pretty big and intense, but you could just see every hair on the hair of the elf and every knots. I couldn't like. I could tell the time that he spent.
Yeah.
And it was like, and he was selling them. He was selling them.
So I watched a
So
guy that was he was doing a beholder, and he took like a piece of cat hair and ran it between the teeth and put a dab of glue down the cat hair, so it looked like it was like spit dripping from the teeth of the beholder. I'm like, whoa, that's like next level
yeah,
stuff there. And I was like, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I was just gonna
convention.
say, we're going to one for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Suncoast Comic
Yeah,
Con in
September.
Bradenton,
Yes.
Florida. I think that's where it's at the convention center. Or is that what they call it?
Yeah,
Convention
convention
center.
center. Yeah, it is. It's the
Bradenton.
convention center. They have a
That's for
small one there.
graduation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna at Palmetto or Bradenton, Florida. We're gonna be there. We have a booth there. I'm actually gonna be selling a ton of my comic book collection and get rid of that to make room for more minis, I guess. No, I don't know, but we're gonna meet quite a few people there, and we're excited about that. And so that's cool. And then I think you and I are definitely doing something else this
Yeah,
year.
we're going to try to make it happen. Nerdarchy, the convention. So we're excited about that one. Nerdarchy's been super kind to us from the very beginning. We've had conversations back and forth with them on social media. They're so kind. They really have been encouraging, and we're really excited to finally meet them in person. Hopefully, so that's in Philly. That's at the end of October.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Halloween week.
Yeah, so as we get bigger and there's people out there that watch this probably now or later, those are places we'll be, and our plan is to keep attending cons, and hopefully that'll be our thing. It'll be kind of fun. Well, that's just one of the things we
Yeah,
look forward to in doing this.
yeah, exactly. And I think that I know our goal is to run a couple
Yeah,
tables playing play the game with a bunch of people that we've met through the YouTube channel. So it may not happen this time around, but maybe next year by this time. But we want to go to this one.
hmm
I think it's a good one to go because this is going to be all D&D players, like or
oh yeah,
people. Like this is going to be people that really love D&D that would even go to this
right.
convention. And and there's going to be all of the really big D&D
hmm
channels will all be there. Um, I don't know how many other vendors and if Wizards of the Coast is going to be there. They should. I don't
Yeah,
know
I would
who
think
else
so.
is
I
going to be
haven't
there.
looked at the vendor list, but oh my gosh, the
I haven't either.
channels, it's like everybody.
It is. It's
Yeah,
everyone. So we're going to go hang out. If anyone watching this video is going to be in Philly or planning on going, dude, we'll have our shirts on so you can recognize us, and
hmm
we'll definitely take a picture with you guys. We'd love to meet you
absolutely.
because it'll be a lot of fun. Maybe we can sit down and play a game.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Then we actually can play D and
What?
D.
No. Hey, that's kind of big news. We got to play this week.
Yes, we did.
Oh, it
We did.
happened.
Yeah, we teased about this before. Is if you ever want an opportunity to lose to the schedule monster,
Right,
to lose then start a YouTube channel on D&D, and that takes any extra time you may have.
right.
So no, we've had sicknesses. We've had just honestly, it's been the schedule monster between our players or you or I. We just couldn't get together for a few weeks, and I think it felt longer than it was. But even just missing 2 or 3 weeks is like, oh, we're losing ground. But we definitely had fun, and we played Monday, and we'll plan on playing again this weekend if we can. And I'm jealous of you guys that get to play more often for sure.
Yeah,
I so because
yeah, and it
you
is
know
it is a challenge, and that's even what half the table is your family, but even even then, it's not easy corralling schedules and stuff. So.
Hmm.
And that's why we preach the idea of playing with family, because often you can find time to do that, and your schedules will kind of mix a little bit. But when you get multiple families, often those calendars get even more complicated. But it hasn't it's lately it's still been a challenge. I think there's that teenager element. They want to have a social life and stuff. And, I guess that's important too. So. It's been our thing. But yeah, recording, finding time to record, planning on what we're going to record, and researching content and things. It takes a little bit of time. So yeah, I see someone was asking. Just to reiterate, that Suncoast Comic Con, it's in Bradenton, and
Yeah,
then the Nerdarchy convention is in Philadelphia. So the one Suncoast is in September, and Nerdarchy is the end of October.
it is. It's a yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
anybody can come
Yep.
to either one of those. I see that Suncoast hasn't put the badges yet out for everybody.
They, yeah, this is their first one,
Uh,
and I think it'll grow. It'd be nice to get in, which we are, but it'd be nice going the first year. I don't know if any of you go to cons at all, but they're a lot of fun. I've been going to conventions, which is what used to be the only conventions around for quite a while. I've been going since my kids were little, and well, I used to go as a teenager to Comic Cons, and they were a lot different then than they are
yeah,
now. But and but yeah, this will be the first one they're putting on, and it is kind of neat to if you can go to the first one because you'll have a lot more face to face
hmm
time with that you want to talk to or meet. I already know Elliot
I
Fernandez
was
is
gonna
going to
say, we
be
gotta
there.
tell everybody our buddy's gonna be there.
Yeah, Elliot Fernandez, Jerkmonger. Go to his Instagram, Jerkmonger. I think it's I don't know. I don't know at all. I think it's at Jerkmonger. You just type that in
I think so.
Instagram, and yeah, check him out. He's a great comic book artist, graphic artist. He does all kinds of mediums. He's not just a drawer. He does it electronically. He can do it on pen and paper. He's a painter. I know he's going to be there. Quite a few other people, and I can't wait to hang out with those
And we're
people.
trying to get Elliot to
Um,
play D&D with us. He's agreed to do that sometimes. So if we can again talk about schedules, yeah,
yeah, that's just that's all it is. He's busy and working
yeah,
hard, and so are we. We'll make it happen. Maybe we can make it happen during that convention
yeah,
week.
that'd be
Something
awesome.
else.
Oh yeah, he'll be here.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So I'm gonna. We could set
Oh yeah,
something
that'd be a
up.
good idea.
Meet
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Um,
Have his work. So.
Yeah, we were talking today. I have never seen an artist that can tackle nearly any medium and just own it. I've never seen that. Artists typically like to stay in their own lane, basically. But oh my gosh, if you check him out on Instagram, he draws stuff live on there, and you can see him drawing, painting, and doing just. And it just blows my mind. I go on there, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's trying something different, and he just owns it. I've never seen that. That to me is a lot of talent. I mean, it's one thing to draw comics all day. It's another thing to
Yeah.
try your hand at painting, try a different style of drawing. It's just, yeah, he's really super talented. So yeah, I would say check him out. Yeah, welcome Nick the Loser's in. That's good to see him again. He's glad he's made it. Rivers has got to take off. I guess, yeah, that 420 does kind of come early. That's earlier than me, man. I get up
Yeah.
at 5, but
It's 4 in the morning, then that's crazy.
yeah, that's early, dude.
That's farmer time there.
Yeah, it's true. Up with the cows, up with the chickens.
Yeah.
All right, Rivers, take care.
And
Yeah.
I
So
got a congrats from Carrie Gonzo on the 500 subs, and she said she can't wait to get a limited edition shirt. I kind of want mine before she gets hers because usually she takes mine. So I'm just
we'll work on that. I'll have to slide it to you.
so let's see how we could do that on the
Oh
go.
my
So
gosh, the hoodie was hilarious though. The hoodie didn't even make it on. So Gonzo ordered a
I
hoodie.
yes, you got it for my
Yeah,
birthday in
yeah, for your
October.
birthday.
I was like, holy cow, this is, I already loved our logo, but it was so soft. And I swear, I like, hey, try this. Asked her to try it, and I never haven't touched
I
it since.
haven't seen it since. Yeah, she owns it. Yeah.
And 4 kids were up in Utah, the three of
Yep.
them, they're freezing up there. So I got three made and sent them up that way. I couldn't get any more.
That's
So
crazy.
get your gear, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, we got to talk about UA.
Yeah, we can talk about the unearthed arcanas. They've been dropping those. every week recently they've dropped the last 3 weeks. They've dropped 3 more subclasses, and we can just kind of review maybe this week's, but or at least what you found interesting. I looked at them. I saw they basically made an Iron Man
Yes, I
out of
saw
an.
that. The power. Yeah, we're gonna. That's funny. I was like, I'm trying to figure out which superheroes Gonzo is gonna say it's like. So when I was reading this, all right.
Yeah,
So I think I can do this. I think I can switch it over. Let me
let's do it.
try this here. I'm gonna click this here. I'm gonna try to do my screen. Yeah. All right. So let's see if this is working. Okay, you got that. Okay, good. Now you saw that. And that's sweet logo again. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Earlier I showed the one that had the blue, by the way, and this is the one with the orange highlights. This is the one we're making with the orange highlights. It's better. So anyway, FYI. I saw I clicked the wrong one. Anyway, so the Unearthed Arcana should be coming up with the delay. Yeah, we have stickers, we have mugs, we have so there's all just about everything I could find that we could put it on. I put it on there because I know what people like. So yeah, I think I'll look. I'll look. I don't know if they have black. Everywhere I went, they had like white. So I'll look, which is lame. I'm like, who wants white? Yeah, yeah. Ah. Interesting. I hear what you're saying. All right. Well, we could talk about our logo and our merch all day, which I would love to do. But so these are our Unearthed Arcana. So I brought this up. Hopefully, you can see it here. So we've got. They gave us 3 options. Basically, this is for Artificer, Druid, and Ranger. Here, so here's our Artificer, and so this is the this is the Iron Man you were talking about. Yeah, the armor. I really like this armor idea. I think it's a. I don't know. At first, so I read through these, and I'm not. I'm like, meh. I don't know. This one's kind of interesting. It's got some interesting ideas on it. It kind of reminds me the armor kind of reminds me of like Inspector Gadget or something. You can keep adding things to it. Yeah, and you got a couple options. You know, has like how you can split it later on as you go to armor or model and third level. I should probably break it down a little bit here. So you got this is just enhancements basically that go on your artificer, and the idea is that they kind of specialize in armor. And I gotta say, Gonzo, this kind of what? I hear you. Maybe it cut out for a sec. Are you back? How about now? Go talk, Gonzo. Same. What? Oh, and I put things on the screen. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take stuff off. Hold on. Uh, Let me go back to this. All right. So it seems to cut your mic when we go off. All right. How about?
No big loss.
All right. How about now? Talk, Gonzo.
All right. So if you can hear me now, just let us know in the chat. Um, oh, I think so. I think they can get us.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
That's
So
weird.
what I did was I had a dream with the lotto numbers,
Yeah.
and I basically shared the numbers, but I think the sound was out, and I can't repeat them. I have forgotten them already. That
Shoot.
apologize.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do some lip reading and get that if get that information. But
Dang it. It's so close.
Oh, can they hear me still or no? Says no.
Pam says good.
All
Jerry
right.
says
Okay.
no. Who are you going to believe?
Nope.
My wife
Yes.
or yours? Oh.
Yeah.
This is like a nightmare you've had. All right. So, yeah, I think you should go with your wife, though. That's the safe bet. Always go with your wife. So UA, let's talk about. We can
Go
bring
ahead.
it up here. I can bring it up on my side, and you're going to bring it up on yours. So the Artificer is basically the power armor. You know what this makes me think is that there will later be a sword guy, like
Okay.
a swordsmith version of Artificer. If there isn't already a subclass, I'm not aware of one. Are you?
A sword guy?
Yeah, because you figure if this is an Artificer and he makes stuff and he's going to be an armorer, then wouldn't an Artificer be a sword guy later on down the road?
Well, the artificer already is a creator, so they do imbue weapons with magic, that kind of thing.
Right. But
So I think they already have that. I think so.
well, he's already
Yeah,
making stuff, but he's making armor. I don't know. I just thought swordsmith, armorsmith. That kind of remind me of.
yeah,
So
yeah,
armor, proficiency
yeah.
in heavy armor, nah,
Mm-hmm.
nah. Armor spells, good. You get some spells. Anything going to jump out at you on these spells here? Magic missile, shield, mirror image, shatter, hypnotic pattern, lightning bolt. These are as the levels go up. Nothing really jumps out at me
No,
there.
other than you being able to, you get to use this armor to help you, especially at third level. You get the power armor where you can, you can use it as your focus for your spells, and you can do like you said, attach different things to it. Um, I don't know. I think it sounds like the original Iron Man costume that he made in the cave from the movie. Like that's what I picture is just a real basic plate
Yeah,
mail thing, maybe with some lines of magic shooting through it. It'd be really
right.
cool thematically. Um, but they give you the ideas that like the thunder gauntlets, the defensive field, that kind of stuff. So lightning launcher.
I know.
So basically, let's just picture Iron Man, and that's
Well,
what.
so and that brings a good point. Like, so like, you have thunder gauntlets, and they're like, I really can't think of anything for lightning. I would just do lightning launcher.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll just throw light.
lightning thrower. No, lightning launcher. Alliteration. Yeah, I think they got stuck there on some naming conventions there, maybe. All right, so
Ranger. They did not fix the Ranger in this. I know a lot of people have been asking but they did do a new Ranger subclass.
yeah, which we're gonna get to in a moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
like it
go
actually, kind of, sort of. All right, so
go to the
that's
jury.
so. Anything else on the
Not really. They
really
can.
jumps out? I mean,
So
extra attack.
yeah. So if you don't know what Unearthed Arcana is, by the way, just I know we're talking to. If you're watching this channel, you'll probably know some, but it's just that when Wizards of the Coast creates something new, they like to drop it and allow all of us to play test it.
Mm-hmm.
So they drop it before they put it in an official book. They want to play test it and kind of get the feedback from everyone. And
Oh,
so,
oh yeah. So Ubisoft does that for video games. They put it
yeah,
out half baked and then let everybody all figure out the problems.
right, right.
Yeah, that was a big dig on Ubisoft. Yeah, in the video game world. Lately, it seems to be the idea of beta is out the window. Just release it and let everyone they'll fix it. Let the users fix it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, don't get me started on that. Yeah.
Right.
So no. So that is right. So this is stuff that. So it's not done yet, right, Gonzo? It's
Yeah, official. It's not official stuff, and they'll take the feedback. In fact, there's a survey that they drop with the
yeah.
sub, and they'll give you a survey and saying, what did you like about it? What would you have us change? What about this spell that we added? What about that? So you can really affect the future of a possible D&D subclass or something they create by checking it out and then giving your feedback. That's pretty neat. That's
Yeah.
a great company to use that, using feedback before something becomes official, and they have a way to do that. But people are always starving for new stuff in D&D or new ideas. So whenever a subclass is dropped, that people get excited about it.
Yeah.
The
What?
Oh, I was going to say the druid now, Circle of the Stars. This is a star class warrior.
Yeah, yeah. This is, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I was reading through it, and so the idea is that as a druid, you've got like you're really into constellations, and you care. I love this idea of carrying a map with you. That part kind of struck me as kind of cool. So you can pick some of these, or if you just roll a d6, and it'll tell you what the form of the map looks like. But the one that kind of was interesting to me was a speckle owlbear hide tooled with raised marks. So the raised marks on the owlbear hide must be like the constellations of the sky. I'm like, that's kind of a cool idea. So this
Yeah,
map becomes like a focus thing for the things that you can do. So it's kind of an interesting concept. I like the starry form you can alter yourself. That's kind of cool. What?
shape change, but you can shape change into a starry
Yeah,
form, and then they tell you to describe it or how to make yourself shedding light, that kind of stuff. And then you can use that form to do several things, like you can shoot something. They call it the archer form, and then there's the one that heals, I
yeah.
believe. Yeah, hit points, 1d8 plus half your level in that class. And then there's another one, the dragon, the constellation of a wise ancient dragon appears on you.
Yeah,
That's and that lets you that basically improves your concentration on your spells.
right.
So it doesn't it makes it so you almost can't fail your concentration, which is really powerful in a battle because that's when a wizard's concentrating on something.
Yeah.
That's what you're you know bad guys are trying to hit them so they're not able to maintain the spells.
And so we should point out for anybody that doesn't know Unearthed Arcana, some of this stuff when they throw it out there, and it may be badly unbalanced. They don't. They
Yeah,
tweak it all the best they can, and they release it, and they think it's pretty balanced. But it's when people start playtesting, they find, oh, this part's broken. So yeah, that can come out. So what you just said, that's a pretty big deal. Not be able to break concentration, that's powerful for us. As far as a bad guy trying to break that up, that makes it harder for them. So that may cause a problem down the road. So that might change down the road if they do release this for reals. So yeah, just an interesting idea. And so what else we got?
so later on at sixth level, they give them the ability to read omens, and
Yeah,
you roll a six-sided. It's either even or odd. Will tell you what your omen will do, and the odd number is what they call it
right.
woe, and that's basically anyone that you see within 30 feet that's attacking you. Um, you can roll a d6 and subtract that number from their roll. So that definitely is um, a what do you call it, crowd control kind of thing where
Right.
you can buff somebody that's attacking you. And then the opposite of that is wheel. If you roll an even number, and that basically allows you to roll d6 and add that to anyone in your
Mm-hmm.
group or within their attack roll. So it's a great buff, and that's pretty cool. And then it goes up from there. I think this is pretty good. It doesn't look super unbalanced or anything to me. I read through it.
No.
I don't know how interested I would be in it, other than maybe um, I don't know. I know a lot of people like that the druid is getting like the fire druid, which is an unearthed arcana.
Mm-hmm.
They're like going away a little bit from earth and animal to more elemental, and now even the stars and space and all that.
Right.
So people like. I don't see it being terrible. We'll see if it ever gets used officially. Um, and then the ranger and Mark, I could not get into this.
Well, what I pictured was my unicorn character being a Fey wanderer. Because it says that
Uh,
you can have illusory butterflies flutter around you while you take a short or long rest. That's a neat little element.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. The whole description of it, everything is like I just felt it's not something I would do. But
Right.
you get a couple things, but I don't know. I couldn't even. I started reading it and I was like, yeah, it's not me. And so I kind of just thought I'm not even going to
Well,
bother. But
honestly, if you look at what they get, the list, it's small compared to the other two. Like I don't feel like
yeah,
it's
they get
fleshed out that much. It's kind of
right.
weak what you get. So yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know, strange
Yeah.
stuff. So here's my thing.
Well,
Go ahead.
the druid gave you two spells that don't count against you, right? Don't you get? Yeah, you get augury and guiding bolt. Now I know guiding bolt's a
Oh,
great
yeah.
spell. Yeah, they give those to you, and they're free to use. They don't count against you or against your spell
Yeah.
slots. That's pretty good. Well, this ranger, they don't do anything like that. They give you the charm person spell at 3rd level, but it does count as one of your spells. Like, well, what if I didn't want that? Now that's probably not on the normal list that they can pick from. That's why it's in this list.
Right.
But like,
I know.
you know,
Yeah, there's a lot of
but they,
blah.
yeah, kind of blah. But anyway, that was this week's Unearthed Arcana. There's a couple others that have come out with other subclasses. We haven't even talked about those, but generally, I don't get too excited. I don't think it's worth our time, you and I, as far as making whole videos on these, because they don't generally apply long term unless they end up using them in a book or an official release where you can use that subclass. So because of that, it's like we'll talk about it on live streams because it's
Mm-hmm.
recent, but for I don't ever see myself going really crazy and making videos about unearthed arcanas because it's not official stuff and it may never be.
Right. It's more.
So
It's speculation more than anything. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You make a video about it, but then the video doesn't mean anything if that class is
Right.
never 3 years down the road. No one, So it's kind of like
Yeah. Good thing we didn't do a whole video on Love Cleric.
yeah, they changed that right away. Live stream, I
Yeah,
think.
that was dead. Yeah, so if you like fey creatures, maybe you're into the fairy rates. Oh, good! They have a fey one. That's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe that's a person's thing, but yeah, I these didn't really impress me too much, and I don't know. I comb through some of this UA stuff, and some of it jumps out at me, and some of it doesn't. But most of it is like, here's my thing, and I think I don't know if I said this in a live stream. I'm worried that everything becomes so homogenized that it's all about the same. Like
yeah,
it bugs me that, and maybe this is old school, but everyone can heal. Everyone can,
yeah,
can do anything that anybody. It's like what is it? Jack of all trades, master of none.
yeah,
That to me is what happened to World of Warcraft. It just kind of all blended together, and you don't need each other necessarily as a party. It really kind of bugs me that you don't need a cleric necessarily, because I mean, oh my gosh, if you actually have a pure cleric, that is all the difference in the world. But a
yeah,
party will run
yeah.
in there with, oh, well, we got some healing spells.
Yeah, you and I played back when if you there was times when if you did not have a
Yeah,
cleric, you would not like you had to have a
sure.
cleric. And so I get trying to get away from someone having to be the cleric, but at the same time, when everyone can heal, then
Yeah.
okay. You're right. I think that is one of the complaints, especially with people that have played for a
Mm-hmm.
while, playing position. That is one of the complaints I've seen is that most of the classes they don't really stand out. Your fighter yeah, he's a great fighter and he does a lot of damage, but your bard also can use a sword and
Right.
carry leather shield and can carry a shield and wear leather
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And so it's where it used to be, man, the magic user, you had a robe, you had a very low armor
Yeah.
class, the wizard, and you were lucky if that guy would
Right.
live. You had a deep hit points. It was they that's why when the magic user was able to get to 5th, 6th, 7th level, their spells it would be
Right.
crazy.
No, I agree.
So yeah,
That's kind of I know I get why kind of I agree, but it's kind of if everybody can heal, for example, it's a nightmare for a DM. It's like because you
yeah,
figure in real life if a person has the skill, it looks like oh that person is medically knowledgeable and they're over there healing they're healing the group back up and stuff. As a bad
hmm
guy, you're like you're gonna want to take that guy out. I mean, but in this one, if they can all heal, like, well, what did it? That it seems like almost an unfair advantage on the part of the party versus the DM or the bad guys. But I don't know. I guess you make the DMs all the bad guys exactly the same. I guess I don't know, but yeah, call me.
yeah,
I guess it's the curmudgeon in me, but I don't like it to change that way. Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure. It is nice when the classes stand out, and when you have someone that is the cleric. Not only are they good healers, but they're tough. They wear armor. They're up front fighting with you if you want them to be, and they at the same time they can be very useful in a lot of
mm-hmm.
situations and casting that kind of stuff. And then at the same time, your wizard always is useful. And I like when the classes really stand out. And so yeah, I hope that and maybe that's part of the reason why we don't have a lot of subclasses officially given
Right.
to us. Be, then it really does become a melding of the 11 or 12 there are. So
Right.
I the artificer adding that as an official subclass was cool. I do like the idea of that.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to play that at some point. I want to try
So
that.
this is the subclass of the subclass?
No, artificer is its own class now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's official. It was in the. I'm wrong. The chat can fix it, but I think it was in the Ravnica
Yeah, that
or
one.
the. I think it's in that one, but it's in. You can use it for sure.
That makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, and it's cool that Wizards is giving another additional subclass to that. Like they're not just leaving it alone and saying, "Well, we made it and gave it to you." So they're coming up with the new ideas for that too. The
Right.
armor, the Iron Man. That's
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that they add something so quickly. They already added some
yeah,
stuff to it. Like that was kind of interesting.
right.
All right. Well, what else you got, brother?
Well, not too much. I think mainly I wanted to as far there was a lot that had happened. I think we covered it all as far as what I could think of. The book release was big. The Unearthed Arcana we talked about. Our channel doing well. We talked about our new logo, which is awesome. The convention circuit that we're going to be running around in at some
Right.
point. We're just getting started
Yeah.
there. I really feel, um, you know, that'll be a lot of fun for our family to travel
Yeah.
class and go around and meet, all these cool people everywhere.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I know a lot from Florida, where we're from, but I like traveling. So do you. So we don't mind going different places, seeing new places, and meeting new people. So that's
Yeah.
fun. Uh, and figures. I think we talked about figures, which I'm excited about. Painting some of these great things I have in the back
Well, we're
here.
gonna
And
check out that one guy they mentioned. That's some art, some art. Soros.
yeah, and I'll look
Soros.
on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that sounds. I love watching that stuff. I watch. I'm like, man. Here's my
Yeah,
thing with painting figures. I don't know if I said this in live stream or not, but the idea that that's something you could do well into your old age. Like I can people tie flies on their fishermen. Instead, I'm painting my figures. I can see in the old folks home doing that.
right.
Cool. And it's something to do
Well,
when you're not playing.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Yeah, you do
Which
and
there's a
whatnot. But
video which we'll have in the link where we talk about things you can do, and that was one of them. So sometimes in that downtime between games, what to do. So we'll put that in the description down there, the video what to do in between games, because sometimes you're like, well, I want to do something D&D, but I can't play tonight, and so there's some
right,
stuff you can
right,
do.
right. You guys see our Twitter
Ooh,
handles on there at Mark Rice Me and at the Great Gonzo 83. Please follow us on Twitter if you use Twitter. This is the easiest way for us to just blast out our latest videos and when we're doing live streams. So that's great. Also, if anyone watches this and has our channel, we appreciate it if and when you do. It doesn't do anything to you. It just lets you know when our channel pops a video up, which will always be on Mondays as long as we can do
yeah,
it. Short coronavirus taking over,
yeah,
our then we'll drop some videos. We were going to talk about that too, but we could probably save that for next
yeah.
time. But I think that other than that, Mark, I think we can close this one down.
All right.
And
So then, are you saying with that,
yeah, with that,
class dismissed? Later, guys.